body. Then they're practicing on animals. Then they actually get to do the real thing. It's all the same concept. It all indoctrinates the same thing. That's why these people are sick. They really are sick. Just like when I first saw, what's his name? Frostbite. When I first saw him, man, he was so awkward. I was like, if there was ever a Sonic fag, he'd be one. He looks it. He looks just like one. And I think it was who was that? Uh, it was one of my fans that actually made a joke before I went to boot camp. That what if you run into a Sonic fag in boot camp? I was like, that'll never happen. Sure enough. Oh, I love boobs. I felt my friend's boobs the other day. She has really nice boobs. Sometimes I get that pent up, that urge. I gotta have something, but you just feel some boobs. It kind of holds you over for a little while you work on stuff. Anyway,
There are 18 site stickers all over the website, all over all of these sites. How is it really hurting anyone? And if it's not hurting anyone, then why are we attacking it?
so according to him, it's not hurting anyone, even though when you stay online all day, not socializing, not interacting with anyone in real life, that's pretty much what happened to Chris Chan. His entire life boiled down to his fantasies and the internet and video games. That is why he's terrible at socializing, terrible with people in general, because he never got put outside. He never was forced to really build a relationship with someone.
I mean, why is it a problem? Most things in society that we actually make illegal or that we actually attack are in some way hurting another person. But in the case of this, in the case of drawings, I mean, the example I always use is, do you want to go up to someone who's actually drawing a picture? And let's say someone's sitting at home with a pencil drawing lollicon. At what point does that become illegal, for example? Now,
If someone is drawing lolicon, that's illegal. Do you know how messed up in the head you have to be to sit there and draw an underage girl having sex? So just sit there, get your pencil ready, and just let's see, 10 years old, a big black dick going into her anus. Oh, let's make her face all nice and like she's really enjoying it. Yeah, does that? It's disgusting, absolutely disgusting. That tells you a lot about the artist's mind.
to say, I'm not saying that stationery is illegal like lolicon. I personally don't think it is, and I personally don't think it's the same. But I'm saying that the idea of being outraged over a drawing and thinking that drawing should be flat out banned is really quite totalitarian, and it concerns me because I'm a very liberal minded person, and I think that people should be allowed
Wait a minute.
to do anything they wish as long as it doesn't hurt other people.
See, people like Tidal Wave never think of the long-term repercussions. They don't think about the psychological and mental harm these images do to people. I mean, hell, remember when I showed you guys that Dusk Husky guy? The dude that was addicted to furry paws? Furry feet? He says he can't function his entire day because all he thinks about is furry feet. Remember that? And at that point, he was like, "Oh, guys, I need help. I'm just so addicted. I can't do anything during the day unless I think about furry feet." Ah! And his friends were like, "Well, that's okay. Yeah, just do you. Do you." Same concept, but a different sort of sexual turn-on. That's what's wrong with a lot of this stuff. People can't function because they get way too enthralled in it.
And I think that as long as you go by that rule, people tend to live together reasonably happily. It's a live and let live situation. And I don't see why that's a problem. I don't see why we need to attack people like this over just being sexually aroused by different things, or being attracted to different things, or liking different things. I mean, there's people out there who like bondage, who like all these things.
Oh no, bondage. Man, let's compare wanting to have sex with an underage rabbit to people who like bondage. I like bondage. I like to handcuff a girl and fuck her. That's fun. That's exciting. But that's nothing like wanting to have sex with a 5-year-old girl who's a rabbit. Okay? That's nothing compared, okay? That's nowhere near the same.
Like lots of consensual sex acts between two adult humans.
Adult humans! Adult humans! Yes, two consenting adults can do whatever they please as long as they both enjoy it. But we're not talking about two consenting adults. We're talking about an adult and a childlike character.
And I'm sure that people are offended or supportive or whatever of that to varying degrees. But it's wrong. As long as the act is consensual and it's between two people of adult age in reality, then obviously no one's getting hurt and they should be left to their own devices. When something is a drawing, no one is getting hurt, and I don't personally see the problem.
Do you guys know what these pictures are for? Do you know why people look at Lolicon and Shotacon and all these underage characters having sex and all these other things and Sonic porn? You guys know what all that's for? It's a filler. It's a replacement. That's what it is. Yep, Lowell's the artist got it right. That's what turns you on. Therefore, that is your fantasy. Your fantasy is about an underage character in sexual situations. That is your fantasy. Just because it's drawn doesn't mean it's not real, because the effects it does on you is real. That concept, it's the concept of the picture that's real. And that's what turns you on. the concept of an underage character having sex. And that's why it's illegal in most countries.
As I say, I don't think that SHNet is the same as legal, but I'm just saying that I believe the issue is not legality at all. I believe the issue is intolerance of other people and intolerance of what other people enjoy.
We should be tolerant to Tidal Wave wanting to rape a 5-year-old character.
And a desire to impose your will on others and to tell others they can't do it. I personally believe that if there was one word to describe what this is, this attack on SonicInfo.net and everything that we're seeing, it's bullying.
We're bullying them. Well, I gotta admit though, Houston, yeah, we bullied the shit out of him, but for good reasons, very good reasons. When you're amongst a bunch of manly men, and we find out that you get turned on by underage lollies, with dicks, with lactating nipples, having sex with each other, that's what turns you on, we're gonna make fun of you. We're going to make fun of you, and we're going to question you about our findings. It's not our fault. He left it wide open. He had a whole list of his fetishes right there. No, we didn't physically bully him. No. It was enough just to see him nearly cry. When you have I like Shotokan, Lolicon, lactating nipples, futanari, tentacles, anal insertion. Yeah, we're going to go fucking question you. One of the first things my friend Charles asked him was, dude, why you like little boys and girls? Why you like little girls and little boys, man? Like, what's up with that? We saw your profile. You like little girls that have dicks and are lactating from their nipples. He's like, what's up with that, man? And I was just like, well, you asked for it. Yeah, foot fetish is a harmless fetish. Very harmless. A lot of girls actually have it. I've actually had a couple girlfriends that had a foot fetish. But regardless, there's still some people that even take that to the extreme. Like the guy that we saw before who's addicted to Turian feet. Garrus from Mass Effect. He's addicted to Garrus's feet. That's his entire world. This guy watches an episode of Everybody Loves Raymond, and he gets the idea to draw the grandmother tickling Garrus's feet. What kind of sane person sits there and watches a show like that and then just thinks, I'm going to draw this picture? That's not a sane person. Yeah, let me pull it. Let me pull a picture up. Oh, just wait till you guys see this. You guys are gonna hate me. Oh, where is it? Here it is. Alright, let me switch cameras here. For some reason, it's not showing up. What the deuce? There we go. Now it's showing up. Mary Baroni tickles Garrus Valkyrian. Let me just read you the description of this real quick. Okay, this is just a description. I was watching Everybody Loves Raymond and daydreamed about this. It has to be one of the strangest crossovers on the internet. Here's the story. It's very far-fetched, but enjoy. Garrus was doing a pass-by survey of Earth in his personal survey spacecraft. When the engine and life support starts failing, he makes an emergency landing in Franken Marie's backyard of all places. Garrus made the mistake of going into their house to seek assistance. If you learn anything from the show, it is that anything can happen under that roof. Mary, lonely since Ray and Robert moved out, was taken in by his boyish charms. She starts feeding him. Mary, concerned about him leaving her home with Frank, starts quietly tying him up with ribbons while he was distracted with the excellent food. When he was full, Mary wants him to try some more of her food and removes his boots and starts tickling him with an electric mixer to get him to eat more. Does that sound like a sane person to you? Oh, just wait till you see the picture. Let me show you. Does this look like something a sane person would draw? Come on, dearie. Have another cannoli. You're a nice boy. Yes, with egg beaters. Yes, that is a Turian. That is Garrus. And that pretty much sums up the rest of his gallery, too. You don't want to see what else he has in here. Trust me. Like his picture of Dwight from The Office tickling Garrus. Yes, you heard me right. You heard me right. Yep. His entire life is enveloped around Turian feet. Yeah, at least they're adults, but still, it's very, very sad. Sad indeed. What the hell is everybody spamming? This is the best trooper I've ever seen. Talking about Mike from 3 Kilobytes, one of my toys that I've casted away. Anyway, let's get back to the video.
I think it basically boils down to simple bullying. It's completely, entirely the same as what happens in a school. You've got someone who wants to, exert their will on someone else to boost their ego and to make the other person feel lower. And it's ultimately purely instinctive. It's ultimately a very natural, basic desire amongst all animals to push other people down, push yourself higher. It's inevitable. But I hope that people have a little bit more control over their instincts than this. I certainly don't do it.
You certainly don't have any control over what you masturbate to. Obviously, it means so much to you that you will jump your servers from place to place to place so that you and your friends will have a place where you can discuss your sick fantasies because it means so much to you. Where's your control over that? Where's your control that says, maybe I should masturbate to a 5-year-old character?
Because I don't feel I'm capable, but because I think it's a very primitive, very basic, sort of base thing to do. I consider myself too intellectual to do that. I consider it to be an insult to my own intelligence to start trying to push other people down. Just to make myself feel better. My ego isn't built on that. My sense of self-pride is not built.
You have no self-pride, you
it's
piece
built
of
on
shit.
a feeling of that I'm contributing something because I care very much about fair trade, organic food, all this sort of stuff. Anyway, so that's pretty much it, really.
Yeah, you heard him say self-pride.
I'm just going to check to make sure this phone is even still recording at this point. Yes. Wicked. Fantastic. I don't know if I'll have to split this up. But I hope that that's helped to clarify things a little bit more. As I say, I do think that people who attack the site need to look deep within themselves and ask themselves honestly why they're doing this. Are they doing this because they're genuinely passionate about the law? In which case, if you're passionate about the law and legal issues, and that is your reason, you're passionate about that, and you believe that if something is illegal, you need to fight to get it removed and removed from society, then I would hope that if you're continuing that same ethic and that same attitude, that you would report any of your friends anytime they ever smoke marijuana, anytime they drink underage, even if by a year, I mean even technically if by 6 months, that you would always...
You know what he's doing? Just the same thing that everyone else does. They talk about other things that are a lot worse than what they're doing. They always do that. Always. Each and every single one of them. Well, if you're going to talk about me, you might as well report your friends for smoking marijuana. If you're going to talk about me, you better report all your friends who are drinking that are underage. So, according to you, it's okay for underage people to have sex, but it's not okay for them to drink. Huh. Hmm. So you'll fuck Queen the Rabbit in the ass, but if she goes for that Smirnoff, oh no, we're not gonna let that happen.
Here's that. You've never smoked marijuana yourself, you've never drunk underage, you have never done anything illegal ever in your entire life.
So he's also stating that we can only say something to him if we've never done anything illegal. That's another thing that they do. They try to bring out the hypocrisy argument. You're no better than me because you've broken the law too. So therefore, you shouldn't say anything to me unless you've never broken the law. Even though that could include stupid stuff like jaywalking. That's breaking the law.
Anyone that you know would ever do that, you would report them. And no one lives like that, but if you do, then have at it, and I fully understand why you would attack things you perceive to be illegal. If it's genuinely moral concern, then again, have at it. You know what I mean? That's your own problem. I still think it's wrong to attack people for your own personal morals if they're not hurting anyone. But at least it's honest. I still think it's wrong, but it's honest. If it's just a desire to better someone else and beat someone else, which I think it usually is. I think it is in the case of effects of entropy. I think it is in the case of most of his followers, and not everyone. I mean, there might be varying reasons, but I think it definitely is for effects of entropy in a significant percentage of his followers. Then I think you need to look deep, deep within yourself and ask why you feel the need. You feel it's essential to your ego, or you feel the need to push other people down, and you feel the need to.
We're not pushing you down. That's not what we're doing. We're telling you to stop being a faggot. That's all we're really doing. Is really telling you to stop masturbating to underage characters putting you down. Seriously. I mean, sure, we're making fun of you, but that's because what you call hot and sexy is a 3 foot tall rabbit with one giant eye and two pupils in it that wears a big ass diaper. That's what's sexually attractive to you. Poor Tidal Wave. I just wonder, his dad. I feel so bad for his dad. If only his dad knew what a disappointment his son was. I'm sure if we sent him a message, hey, your son hosts a website for porn of underage characters. His dad would smoke his pipe and just look into the stars like, where did I go wrong? Puff, puff, puff. Maybe it was when his mother left. Puff, puff, puff.
To beat other people and constantly assert that sort of superiority and authority over others, and constantly belittle others and make others feel like that.
I'm attracted to people who are of age. I am automatically better than you, Tidal Wave.
What they're doing is inadequate, and only and you at least, even if not only you had the answer, you feel better the whole time. And I think it's genuinely concerning if that's where you get your sense of self-pride.